I refused to help my brother move after he wouldn't help me 3 years ago. My brother Mike called me last Tuesday asking if I could help him move into his new house this weekend. He needed help loading his furniture into the U-Haul truck and said it would only take a few hours. I told him no. He got all confused and asked why not. I reminded him of 3 years ago when I was moving out of my tiny studio apartment into a 1-bedroom across town. I'd asked him to help me move my couch and bed frame, stuff that was way too heavy for one person. Mike told me he didn't do manual labor and that I should just hire movers. I was working at this retail job making barely enough to cover rent, and the moving company wanted $300 for like 3 hours of work. Money I definitely didn't have. I ended up borrowing money from my friend Jake to pay for movers because I had no other choice. The worst part was I saw Mike's Instagram that same weekend. He posted pictures at a bar with his friends on Friday night. Then on Saturday, he was at some baseball game drinking beer and eating hot dogs. Sunday, he went to brunch with his girlfriend. He wasn't busy at all. He just didn't want to help me. So when he called asking for my help, I brought all of this up. I told him I remembered exactly what he said about not doing manual labor. Mike immediately got defensive and said that was completely different. He claimed he was busy that weekend and couldn't make it. I literally pulled up his old Instagram posts on my phone while we were talking. I read them back to him. Friday at Murphy's bar with the crew, Saturday at the Cubs game, Sunday brunch at that new place downtown. He went quiet for a second and then said those were plans he couldn't cancel. I asked him why his plans were more important than helping his brother move. He said I was being petty and holding a grudge over something from years ago. I told him I had to go into debt to pay for movers because he couldn't be bothered to spend 4 hours helping me. Now he wants me to drop everything for him. He hung up on me. 20 minutes later, my mom called. She said Mike told her I refused to help him move and that I was being childish. She gave me this whole lecture about how family helps family and that I shouldn't hold grudges. She said I was being immature and selfish. I explained the whole situation to her. How Mike refused to help me when I really needed it and couldn't afford movers. How he lied about being busy when he was actually just hanging out with friends. How I had to borrow money that took me months to pay back. My mom said that was in the past and I needed to let it go. That Mike was family and family is supposed to be there for each other. I told her that's exactly my point. Mike wasn't there for me when I needed him, so why should I be there for him now? She said I was keeping score and that's not what family does. I said no, I'm just treating him exactly how he treated me. If he didn't do manual labor 3 years ago, then I don't do manual labor now. She called me petty and hung up. Mike ended up having to hire movers too. They charged him $450 because it was last minute and a weekend. He texted me afterwards saying I cost him extra money by refusing to help. I reminded him that he cost me money 3 years ago by doing the exact same thing. He hasn't spoken to me since. My mom keeps calling saying I'm tearing the family apart over nothing, but it's not nothing. It's the principle of the whole thing.